Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another 1 versus 1 Red Alert Quick Match. We've got Ov in the top left hand corner versus Ogabuga here in the bottom left, playing as a blue player on Tournament or Rift. Again, this is one of the new maps that was added recently with the patch that happened just a couple days ago here on the Red Alert servers. Looks like Ogabuga in the bottom right hand corner here playing allies and pushing out some units, which you'll of course most likely scout around with. Let's see here, Ov in the top left also playing allies and pushing out some initial units. Ov, we've casted him quite a bit here on the channel, doing very good with the initial scouting. He'll go in multiple directions, as we can see here on the mini-map. Very good for intel. And again, on this map here, we definitely know that, well, if I was Ov here, I know that my opponent, Ogabuga, is down here in the bottom right-hand corner. That's a fun name to say, Ogabuga, Ogabuga. Alright, so we got some men out here, but we definitely want to see, well, it looks like Ogabuga is scouting pretty well here, so definitely hope that we can see some units make it into the base of Ov and get a little scouting information here. Looks like Ogabuga putting the refinery down, and well, yeah, Ov as well. So both players probably harvesting here at the patch closest to their base. Ogabuga pushing out with his initial units, looking like he's gonna take some vision here of the middle of the map just to see if his opponent is mining the gems here in the middle. It's probably some good information to have. Let's see, Ov currently with the infantry wall that we often see on larger maps, trying to prevent the scout, but Ogabuga with quite a few units here, he's going to easily be able to push through these two units here. Ov does have two light tanks here back at base on the war factory, so he's going to be able to squash his units pretty easily if they all stay together like this. We'll see what happens here. And sure enough, yeah, Ov is going to get the big squish on, so looks like he's going to be losing all those units there and probably not going to be getting too much of a scout of the base here. But he does have some information. He does see that there's 3 light tanks, so Ogabuga does have a war factory down. I'm probably going to start seeing some tanks coming out. He's going to choose to get some light tanks here of his own. And Ov currently has no scouting information of Ogabuga's base, but he does have some decent map coverage here, so he does see most of it. Ov, similar to, well, the last game that we casted with Ben Breakfast, looks like he might be going around the back, trying to be a little sneaky. Decides to run over the Barnes farm there, maybe getting a little confused thinking that's the base. I doubt it. Anyway, so here he goes. Let's see what happens here. Ogabuga putting the camo pillbox down. Been seeing a lot of players lately using the camo version of the pillbox instead of the standard uncamo version. Not quite sure if there's a benefit there. It's definitely harder to see, but I don't know if there's any actual statistical benefit there. Looks like Ov getting a single rifleman here, just doing a little bit of damage to the construction yard, because hey, why not? Again, any damage that you do on buildings, the player is most likely going to have to repair it. When repairing it definitely costs some money, so why not? So back here at Ov's base, looks like he's choosing to go for the medium tanks. He's got 5 out right now, and his 2 light tanks here that have been scouting, so likely gonna get all the tanks grouped up. And here we see Ogabuga pushing out with some light tanks here, so we might be seeing a tank battle. See what happens. Looks like Ov is opting to go down here to the middle of the map. Is Ogabuga going to see this? He's actually not, but if he's paying attention to the map at all, then he would see this. But it looks like this is going to be a sneaky attack here. So Ogabuga pushing to the middle of the map. Ov down here on the bottom is probably going to be getting a sneak attack here. So it looks like luckily Ov has some tanks here back at base. And putting down a turret, so he definitely sees this coming. Yeah, he saw this coming the whole time. So let's see if we can see what happens here with the 2-prong attack that Ov is doing. Well, single prong, but he's also having to micro back home a little bit and try to prevent this attack. So it looks like we might have a bit of a base race here. Ov needs to push in and start taking these buildings out. Ogabuga focusing down the war factory, trying to stay away from these tanks and stay out of the range, so he's definitely going to get this war factory down. I don't think These 4 tanks, though, are going to be enough to take on these 3 tanks in this turret. This new tank just coming out here. But back at Ogabuga's base, looks like Ava's going to be able to take out this war factory pretty easily. These medium tanks are going to do a lot more damage than the small tanks. And it looks like Ogabuga's stuck here with just some power plants. So I think Ogabuga's going to be able to clean this up relatively easily here. But let's see what happens. He only has the 1 power plant left, so it's going to get really interesting. Oh, and he also has the pillbox here, so maybe that's the strategic advantage of the pillbox. It's hard to see. So he's got those 2 buildings left, and Oz's going to have to take those out. So it looks like Ogabuga here, though, is going to be pushing, because, well, what else is he going to do? He can't just sit and wait. He knows that Oz has the refinery and the war factory still, so definitely has to push. Definitely would like to see, though, these tanks be a little bit more grouped up and together when they go for the push. If you go in a single line like that, it's not going to be too good. So you want to make sure your units are all together before you push, so that you have the maximum amount of damage just shredding the tanks. Looks like Ogabuga here still has his 3 tanks, but I think he's going to get cleaned up. Well, let's see. He's got the 2 tanks. Let's see what happens here. My mistake. It looks like Ogabuga was able to clean that up, but surely back home there's a couple turrets, and well, unfortunately Ogabuga can't build any more units, so let's see what he can do here. Turret just taking shots and just chipping away at that light tank there, doing a real good job. So turret's definitely going to hurt. So yeah, looks like there's not too much happening. Ogabuga says throwing in the towel and GG. So GG to both players there, and congratulations Ov for another great game on the new map here, Tour or Tournament. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying these casts. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys on the next one.